Hey, 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 welcome back, leader. How are you today? Super excited today to talk to you and continue yesterday's conversation. Yesterday, we were talking about finding new friends. Today, we're going to talk about using branding groups. Guys, this is all about building your brand and making you the best, unique, authentic version of yourself that we possibly can. So, today, we're going to talk about those branding groups. What in the world are branding groups? Okay, so again, we're going to reference your categories. And remember, I made a comment yesterday about how Facebook has something for everyone. Literally everything is on Facebook. You name it, there's a group for it. Okay, so we're going to reference your categories and you can pick, your top 2, 3, 4 different categories, and you're actually going to use the search bar on Facebook and find groups that are about those categories. Okay, so here's the thing, there's going to be multiple. So if you are, I always use dogs because I'm a dog lover. If you're a dog lover and you search, so for me, even more specific, I guess dogs is really super broad. We want to get a little bit more specific. I have a mutt that is my love. So I searched mutt lovers, or just search mutts on Facebook, and you will find crazy amounts of things. Okay, everybody has something, whether it's weightlifting, you love exercise, you love motivation, you love, it could be anything, you guys. You love lipstick, you love coffee, you name it. There are groups for those things. Okay, so we're going to use your categories and we're going to locate groups that align with those personal categories. Makes sense, right? Now, what you want to look for is you want to look for closed groups. So there's public groups, there's closed groups, there's secret groups. You're not going to find secret groups, but you want to make sure that you're joining or asking to join closed groups. You want to look at the member count too. You want to make sure that there's over 1,000 members in the group, but no more than probably 10,000 in the group. Okay, groups that have lots and lots of people in them tend to move very quickly, and if you're putting content in there, it can get buried really quickly. So anywhere between 1,000 and 10,000 in members in the group. What I would say is you should be adding 2 to 3 new branding groups per week for your first 30 days, starting now. So for the next 30 days, 2 to 3 new groups over the course of the next 30 days. Now, what happens if you join a group and you don't like it? Nothing. Leave the group. No big deal. Nobody's feelings are hurt. If it's not a good fit, you remove the group and you go add a different one, right? This is kind of like when you're shopping for friends. You're going to shop for the groups that bring you the most value and offer you the opportunity to do the same. Okay? Now, you will ultimately end up with 4 to 5 groups that you will probably use mainly to regularly interact in, and where you actually are getting good engagement and you can grow your influence, right? So these people already have, well, you guys have the same interests, and you're going to be able to grow that influence with them. Now, once you're accepted into the group, what do you do next? For me, I recommend interacting with the admin. Okay, I would send them a friend request. I would shoot them a message and say, thank you for accepting my request into the group. I'm super excited about connecting, networking with people that are interested in whatever it is that the group is about. Don't skip this step though, guys. It's really super important. Admins of groups are already influencers. They're already running a successful group with a lot of people. They already have some influence. They've already built a brand, and they typically could be a really good potential new team member or your very next rock star. Okay, so interacting with them and thanking them, you want to make yourself known. Right after that, I would introduce yourself into the group. Okay, so your introduction into the group is going to be based on what kind of group you're in, right? So for an introduction for me, you want to make your post interesting with facts and things that surround what the group is about you, relative to the group, of course, including a fun selfie or a picture of you that, again, will be relatable to the group. Now, for example, I made mention that I love my dogs. So if I am in a mutt lover group, and when I would introduce myself, I would make sure that I have a picture of me and my baby mutt and say, hey guys, so excited to be here. My name's Daphne Ellison. I am from Central Michigan. I have 2 mutts, Bosley and Noodles, and we are so excited to get to know you and love on your fur babies along with you. Okay, super simple. You can tell the ages of your mutts. You could get as descriptive as you want. In mom groups, you can talk about your babies, how, if you're a homeschooler, you could. The opportunity is endless, you guys. Okay, so just make sure you're making an introduction of yourself that's relatable to the group. Now, when you introduce yourself, people are going to start commenting. Welcome to the group. Glad you're here. Welcome. You're going to reply to every comment with interactive questions and comments. Okay, so if somebody says, I love your dog's face, I'm going to reply back and be like, thank you. I have a hard time saying no. Let me see, share your pup's face. Okay, something that's going to actually make them interact back with me. The idea is that when people respond back and you start having that engagement, that's an opportunity for you to take it to Messenger. Okay, Messenger is where the money's at. That's also an opportunity for you to send a friend request. Okay, so you're going to interact with every comment, and you can do it in chunks, guys. I don't want you to be overwhelmed to be like, I got 200 comments. You don't have to sit down and reply to all 200 at one time, but in a timely fashion, you want to make sure you chunk it out and you get those comments replied to. Now, in your groups, minimum 2 times per week, you're going to post something of value with a call to action. So I'm going to keep using my dog reference. 2 times a week, I might say, right now it's flea season, right? So I might put a post in there and say, so glad I got my dogs treated. Everybody wants to be outside right now because it's nice and cool. What do you guys use for flea and tick preventative? Okay. You're asking a question, people are going to start replying. Again, you want to make sure that you're replying to every one of those comments, opportunity for friend requests, opportunity to take it to Messenger and continue the conversation. Is that making sense? I hope that that's hitting home for you. You can make these, I might already know what I'm using for flea and tick preventative, but you're engaging with the people that have like interests. You might ask about dog food. You might ask about what brand of harnesses people use. You might ask, how do you get your dogs to walk on a leash? You might ask, how do you get your dog from running away as soon as you open the door? How do you ring bell train your dog? Like, you can ask any question, even if you already know the answer, and it's going to start engagement in those groups because people are in those groups because they're passionate about what those groups are for. Does that make sense? Okay, I think so. If you have questions, make sure you get with your upline. Make sure you're not holding back on any question, guys. No question is a dumb question, and we want to make sure that you feel like you're doing this to the best of your ability. So make sure you're asking. Last but not least, daily, I would make sure that you're going into those groups and picking 3 to 5 other posts to engage on. Okay, if somebody asks the question about the flea and tick preventative, don't be hesitant to say, you know what, I was wondering the same thing. Or saying, I use Frontline, I use Advantage, I use whatever it is that you use on their reply or their question. Okay, so be engaging. You have to give engagement to get engagement. So we want to make sure that you're using social media for what it's for, and that's to be social. So make sure you're representing yourself out there, that you're putting yourself out there and you're engaging with people, and you're going to start to see your engagement go up and your friends list grow and your brand developing right in front of your eyes. I hope this helped a little bit, you guys. If you have any questions about branding groups, don't hesitate to ask me, your upline, whoever it is you're comfortable with. Even pop the question into the team chat because we already talked about the fact that that's a great place for us all to learn. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you soon.